welcome back to my channel. So today is a really exciting day because this is the first wedding vlog I will be filming. It is going to be the first of many wedding vlogs, but this is probably the most important thing I will do for my wedding, and that is go and look at venues. So I'm currently on my way to look at a venue that I fell in love with on Pinterest, and the photos just look amazing. So I'm going to look at it, and you guys might be like, well, why are you alone in the car? And that is because Isaac is, as many of you know, he's in the NFL and he has training camp right now. So today he was not able to go, and my wedding planner also has a shoot today with a different client, so she's not able to go. And also I could not reschedule this date because they are holding the last 2021 date for me until I go and see the venue, and they were like, you guys have to come as soon as possible or else we're gonna have to give it to somebody that like wants to put their deposit down. So I was like, okay, scratch all the plans, because we were originally supposed to go on Friday, me, my sister, who is my maid of honor, and then the wedding planner. We had plans to go Friday and like check out hotels and like everything else, but they were like, no, like you gotta come up as soon as possible. So I'm currently on my way to the venue by myself, but honestly it doesn't really bother me going to look at it by myself. I'll just like FaceTime my mom and my sister because Isaac will be at practice, so I can't FaceTime him. We are having the wedding in California. I'm sure many of you are like wondering that because I'm from Michigan, Isaac's from Georgia, but we are gonna get married in California because this is like really home to us. This is where we first moved in together and like started a lot of like our memories as a couple. We got engaged here. If you look at where our family is in general, my family lives in Michigan, California, and Arizona. Isaac's family lives in Georgia, Arkansas, Minnesota, and Colorado. So really we don't have a home base. I don't know, it just would feel weird if like we had the wedding in Michigan or Minnesota. So we're choosing California because it is home to us, also because California is beautiful and who doesn't want to come to California. So we are doing it in California, but we are not being specific on what city we are having our wedding in. So I'm currently on my way to Santa Barbara. Like, we've never been there, but we were like, oh, I don't care if the wedding venue is there, that sounds like a cool spot, like people would want to go and visit there, so might as well try it out. We were contemplating Palm Springs, San Diego, not really LA because I don't really like LA in general. It feels like it's just like too much of a big city for me to want to have my wedding there. I kind of want a little bit more of a laid back wedding. The first venue I'm going to look at is in Santa Barbara, and it's beautiful on pictures. My heart is pretty set on this venue. Yeah, I guess we will see what it looks like in person. My mind could totally change once I get there, so we will see how I feel about it come in the next hour or so. But yeah, it's about a 2.5 hour drive, so I have a little bit of a ways to go. And also I took a wrong turn, which is really unfortunate because it added 30 minutes onto my ETA, so I'm running late. I may show you guys the venue, but I also may not. I have about an hour left in the drive. It's a super pretty drive. If you guys can see the background, these mountains are gorgeous. Once I get to the venue, I will keep you updated. I'll let you know how everything goes, and I will talk to you shortly. Guesses? What I even want to know is like a farm. I'm driving right now to the Santa Barbara courthouse just to take a look at it because I saw it like when I was researching. So I'm just gonna go drive by it and then grab lunch and then go home. If you look it up, you'll see tons of weddings there. I did not think I was gonna be shopping around for venues. went to the venue, and then I went and got myself an acai bowl. So I'm gonna break down what just happened. Basically, that is just not gonna be my wedding venue. There's a few reasons as to why that's not gonna be my wedding venue, and it's really unfortunate because I feel like I was so sold on it, and then seeing it in person, it just did not live up to the expectations. The first thing that really bothered me is that they have a hard stop time of 10 p.m. So this is the location that would be for the ceremony and for the reception, and that doesn't bother me because they're two different locations on the same property. But having a hard stop time at 10 p.m. really bothers me because I talk so much about how I want my guests to have a great experience. Like, we might stop at 9 p.m., probably not, but like, I don't want someone like telling me I have to stop at 10 p.m. I don't know, Isaac and I know that drinking and partying will be such a big part of the reception, so 10 p.m. is just not it. The second thing is that there are animals on the property, and there are cows right beside the ceremony, and the idea of getting a whiff of animal feces is not tight to me. The third thing is that the ceremony spot is just in the middle of nowhere kind of, and I wouldn't have that like grand entrance that I really want. It would be very anticlimactic. Like, I would basically have to ride in on a car or a bus and then get off, and then my groom see me for the first time, and it doesn't seem very emotional. And there's also no power down there. I'm not trying to be picky, and like, people get married there and the weddings are beautiful. That's why I went to go and check it out. It's just not my venue, to be honest. So the drive up here was not for nothing. I did drive by the Santa Barbara courthouse, and it was gorgeous. The only problem with the Santa Barbara courthouse is that it's not very private. So like, people who are just passerbys can like come and look at the wedding. So that's probably not the spot either. I love Santa Barbara. I just have to find the right location. I am going to drive. I'm gonna eat this bowl. I'm gonna talk to my mom and my sister and see what they say. Isaac was like, yeah, 10 p.m. is like way too early. The price is really high for a venue. And we were like, okay, like if it gives us everything we want, it'll be worth it, but it's not really worth it. I'm kind of bummed out, but it's not the end of the world. So I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna talk to them, and then I'll update you guys when I get home. We have a 2.5 hour ride home, so I'll update you guys then. Oh, okay. All right, guys, so it is now a week later since that footage you just saw. It is currently August 12th, and I'm actually going to look at another wedding venue today. It's currently 12:37, and my appointment is at 2 o'clock. The venue is about 35 minutes away from where I live, so I'm gonna get ready and then head on out. But I kind of wanted to touch on why the venue you guys saw earlier isn't gonna work for our wedding. And I figured the best way to do that would be to just do a little get ready with me, and I can talk about some of the thoughts that I'm currently having, because I feel like earlier on this week, my mind was just everywhere. Like, I literally cried at one point. This is the first like 2 weeks of wedding planning and I'm already crying. That's a really big problem. I am an emotional person, so it kind of makes sense. The wedding venue that you guys saw earlier on this video, the venue itself is in Santa Barbara. Well, actually it's in a city outside of Santa Barbara, but it's kind of Santa Barbara area. When I think about my wedding, I think about very organic and kind of boho, down to earth, outside, not stuffy, not super luxurious. I just think of a very down to earth wedding. And so when I came across the venue that you saw earlier, I was in love with the pictures. Like, I had basically in my head planned out that that was gonna be the venue and that I didn't even need to worry about other venues because I had already fallen in love with that, and it offered everything that I wanted in relation to like the food and like, I guess some of the amenities they have, and like you could have a ceremony and reception on the same property, which was really nice because you're only having to pay for one. So basically it like checked off all of the boxes that like I had a list of, which was really nice, and I loved the look of it. I mean, that was the bottom line as to why I really loved it. It was like the look of it was everything I had hoped for. The first problem I feel like I really had while going up there is that Santa Barbara is about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive. And as many of you know, Isaac, my fiance, I almost just said boyfriend. Isaac, my fiance, is in football camp. So he is kind of like checked out for the next month. Like anything I do wedding-wise for the next month that isn't in this apartment, he really can't be a part of because he is so consumed with football. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to affect me that much because I was like, oh, like I feel like I'm gonna do all of the planning anyways. Like why would it affect me? But like on that 2.5-hour drive up there, I was getting super excited about the wedding and I didn't even have anybody to really talk to. So the first issue is that I felt really like left out, and the fact that my sister, who's my maid of honor, wasn't in town, my wedding planner wasn't able to go, my mom isn't out here, it just like kind of put out some like bad vibes. I kind of looked past that because I was like, this venue is amazing. I'm just gonna go up there, look at the wedding venue, we'll be able to put the deposit down, and then Isaac and I can start doing all of the fun wedding planning stuff, like around what it'll look like, what we want our guests to enjoy, and things like that. So I left there feeling a little bit like, shit, like I put all of my eggs into this basket and now I don't know what I wanna do. I've been rubbing in my foundation for the past 10 minutes. Left there, I let Isaac know, I let the wedding planner know, and I also let like my mom and sister know because they're going to be helping me plan this wedding, even though my mom lives in Michigan and my sister, well, my sister lives here, but she's been out of town. I left feeling like, oh, well, it's okay. Like there's tons of other venues out there, like what I'm looking for isn't intense. So here are the main 3 points I am looking for, or I guess there's 4. The main 4 points I am looking for when it comes to my venue is later than 10 p.m. cutoff time, preferably 12. I guess it could be 11 if it was like an amazing spot. The second part is I want to be able to bring my own food because, as many of you know, I don't eat gluten and I don't eat dairy, and having food at my wedding that I'm able to eat is a huge part of like what I want, because I don't want to be at my wedding and seeing other people enjoy food that I can't eat. Like this is my big day and I want to be able to eat everything at my wedding. So timing, food, and then a third one is I do not want my wedding in Orange County or LA. The reason is because I touched on this in every wedding video I've done thus far, and I am very focused on my guest experience. I am inviting a ton of people from out of town because I'm from Michigan and Isaac's from Georgia and his family lives in Minnesota. My family lives in Michigan and Arizona and California. His family lives in Colorado, Minnesota, Arkansas, Georgia. Like we are all over the place. But the reason we're having our wedding in California is because this is where we started life together, and we have all of our friends here, like from the Chargers. And just like coworkers that I've made, like neighbors we've gotten super close with. So California is kind of home to us, but we want it to be a destination for everybody that is coming to our wedding. We're not necessarily trying to go to Mexico or like Italy, but we do want it to be so that all of our guests are staying overnight in that location. I did an Instagram question, and so many people thought it was going to be in San Diego. People thought it was going to be in Malibu, but honestly I'm trying to stay in the outskirts of LA. So like San Diego is like kind of, but more so Palm Springs, Santa Barbara. I was even looking in Arizona. Like I don't have to get married in California. It's more so I just want to stay on this side of the country. So those are my 3 main things. The 4th thing is that that kind of might give away my wedding. I really want to be able to put a structure outside, and some venues are not going to allow that because we might have to put stakes in the ground. So all of those 4 things together I thought would be a really simple like guideline to finding a venue, but a lot of venues don't actually allow you to bring your own food, and some cities like Santa Barbara have cutoff times for the city at 10 p.m. So you have to go outskirts of Santa Barbara, and honestly it's been a lot more difficult than I have imagined, unfortunately. If I didn't have a wedding planner, honestly I would feel like I was drowning right now. But I do have a wedding planner. I think if I didn't live in California, like if I was planning my wedding in Michigan, I don't know that I necessarily would have needed a wedding planner, but because like I have not lived in California for so long, she just knows a lot more than I know. And also she's been doing this for a long time. So grateful to have her. But over the past few weeks, I've been like reaching out to, not reaching out to venues, my wedding planner has been doing that part, but I have been like going on like certain wedding websites And I just get really discouraged when I like find one after looking for 2 hours. So that was really discouraging earlier this week. But the main thing that has really been affecting me is that Isaac is unable to come with me to tour all of these venues. It really bums me out because like Isaac is just as excited as I am to get married. I don't know why so many people think that like brides are the ones that are like super excited and grooms don't really care. Isaac is so excited and he's thinking of all like the little details. He's like, oh my God, can we have this at our wedding? And it's really exciting, but it's anticlimactic when you have to go venue shopping alone. It does bum me out that like Isaac isn't able to do that because as much as I love my support behind me, it's like, you guys aren't my fiance. So I'm gonna get over it. I'll get past it. And I mean, Isaac will end up being able to do things from home. Like if we have, all right, my camera died. Anyways, what I was saying, if like once camp is over and Isaac is like not, well, he's still gonna be at work, but I feel like it'll get easier once we have the venue, because if we need to have food tastings come to our apartment, that's just what we'll have to do. If we have to have like cake tastings at our apartment, that's just what we're gonna have to end up doing. It's like like territory I've never been in before, obviously because it's the first time I've ever been engaged, but I don't know, I'll figure it out. I just feel like nobody really talks about like the unfortunate or like stressful aspects of wedding planning. Maybe they do. I've never been into like wedding YouTube before. So yeah, but I'm getting so distracted by talking to you guys. So I am going to finish up getting ready and then I'm about to leave here in like 15 minutes. I need to do my hair still, but yeah, I'm gonna finish up getting ready and then I'll talk to you guys on my way to the venue. All right, so I am en route to the venue. I am like 5 minutes away and I'm also running late as usual. Surprise, surprise. But I'm sure you guys are wondering, okay, if it's 30 minutes away, what city is the venue in? And I mean, just an hour ago, I said I did not want to get married in Orange County, and here I am going and looking at a venue in Orange County. So unfortunately, this venue crosses everything else off of like the 4 major things I want in a venue, except for the Orange County thing. So everything else is like the venue has, being like the curfew, the food, and the outdoor reception area. So I don't want to take this out of the running, especially because Isaac and I want to get married in 2021. We've already been dating long enough as it is, so we don't want to wait a year and a half to get married. Planning a wedding in 9 months isn't the easiest thing to do, and then you also have to consider the fact that a bunch of Corona weddings are pushing to 2021 as well. And also consider the fact that Isaac has football, so he has to get married from like March 1st to like middle of April, and then from middle of April to middle of May he has OTAs, and then he also has a weekend in June that he can't get married. So there are just like a lot of factors into why we have to get married in a certain like time frame. So I don't want to be too picky when it comes to the venue, especially because like decor and furniture rentals can like change a venue completely, but you really can't change the location, unfortunately, and that is really important to me. But I'm not taking it out of the list yet, so I'm going to see it, and then after I see it, I'll either love it or I'll be like, no, like I'm okay with finding something else. Okay, all right, I need to go because I don't know where I'm going, so I will talk to you guys in a little bit. So it's a little bit later. It's now what, 7:30, and Isaac and I decided to go and get dinner instead of cooking tonight because we've eaten at home like the past 4 nights in a row.
We've been good about it.
Yeah, we've been really good about it. But we both looked at each other today when he got out of meetings and we were like, I'm not cooking, and he was like, I'm not cooking. So we decided on this place called Green Leaf. Everybody calls it Chop Shop, so I'm gonna call it Chop Shop.
I don't even think it's called, I don't know where you're getting Chop Shop from.
It's literally Chop Shop.
Wow.
It's legit Chop Shop. No?
This place is so Newport. I mean, we're in it. We are in it.
Greenleaf Gourmet Chop Shop.
Ooh, good one, I am.
So I ended up going to the venue, and like you guys saw, and Isaac wasn't able to make it, unfortunately, because of football. I just kind of assumed that he's not going to make it to any venue walkthroughs.
I will. Well, no, venues I won't.
No, you won't. He's just going to be in like all the detail planning. But my wedding planner was there, which is really nice because, you know, I've never planned a wedding before, so it's nice having somebody that knows all the questions to ask. Anyways, we spent a few hours there actually because the girl showing us the venue is actually super nice. This venue in particular is actually owned by like a person.
Are they hooking it up?
No, so I haven't given Isaac any updates related to the venue, so you guys can just see like our real-time conversation.
I mean, boys,
it's gonna be super raw and organic. Clue. Yeah, so Isaac was like, I didn't even know you saw the venue today.
Well, I'm in a group text and I'm like, I'm in meetings or I'm done, I'm pumping iron, getting big, and I'm seeing texts like, what's the address? And I'm like, wait, what? Who's taking care of Frankie?
I literally called you and I told you. Okay, anyways, we ended up going to this venue in Orange County, and it's like past Tustin.
Okay, past the hangars.
No, you don't even like go. You literally take the 55 up.
Is it near stuff? Does it feel like Orange County? Because I know you were kind of anti-Orange County.
What do you mean feel like Orange County?
Like, are you like out in like in the hills or like mountainous kind of area? Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna end up showing Isaac some pictures. I do have a wedding venue appointment on Friday, and
What's that pool talking about?
Yeah, okay, so hold on. Like when you go over this hill, it's like,
is it
wow.
really pretty?
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Whoa. Boys are gonna be all types of
Okay, so alright, so we just moved our car location because our food was ready and we needed to drive to like the pickup location apparently. So we got some Chop Shop, so give us a second while we
crush. Oh my gosh.
I mean, let's just lay all this out and then we're gonna talk to you guys about the venue. Here's a spot where people usually have their ceremony or their reception. I want to have
this is gonna be so pretty around golden hour.
I want to have my ceremony there.
Really?
Because then I'll have a grand entrance. I'll walk out this door and I'll go right, and that will be the ceremony, and that's up top of the hill. And then,
what you know is my dream.
so we will,
I want to put really, sounds like best case scenario.
So it is. I don't want to like get my hopes up. I don't know why I say that because they have tons of dates. Because this is not like a main form of revenue for them. Like they just do this because they're like, well, somebody did it one time and they really liked it, so we offered it.
I mean, that checks every box though for us.
Except for the Orange County thing, but that doesn't really bother me because we can tell our friends, like, you guys should stay at the resort, like that's where we'll pick you up from and everything, and then.
Well, not to mention, even if we.
I really like it, but I'm going to see 2 venues in Palm Springs that might have everything that I'm hoping for and more. So I don't
know, Al.
I know. They definitely offer a lot at that venue.
And to be able to have, that's pretty cool.
So at the end of the day, I'm really happy I went to that venue, and I'm really happy I didn't accidentally it off the list specifically because it was in Orange County.
I mean, that's a big deal, Al.
What?
That place was that cool.
So we'll see how I feel after I go to the Palm Springs ones. But
I don't hate the Orange County situation.
The thing that bums me out about the Orange County situation is that all of our guests would not be at the hotel. Because why would our friends ever stay at the hotel the night before if they have a house?
Here's what we'll say. We'll say groomed, if you're within the groom's party.
Well, you have to. No, that doesn't count.
I don't know, all my homies will be really coming in from out of town. I just want people to be there and be like, this is crazy.
When we get home, I'll show you like the camera footage of me driving down the hill. Anyways, guys, I'm not sure how much I cut out of that conversation because I don't want to give away my entire wedding before it happens. I still have some other venues I'm going to tour, but this video is already long enough, so I'm definitely going to cut it up into different parts. So this is part 1 of finding the venue. On Friday, when I go and look at the other 2 venues in Palm Springs, I'll just start a new vlog. But if you guys have any video ideas you guys want to see from me and Isaac, or like wedding questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. But other than that, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying all of this wedding content.
It's turned up.
It's getting exciting. Once we have the venue done, I'll be a little bit more excited, but okay.
We're there.
Thanks for watching, guys. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.